10-9 off. I would not call here. I think it's too wide, even though you're really deep. I would reserve the calling for hands like Ace-Jack offsuit, Ace-10 suited, pocket pairs, stuff like that. I think 9-10 offsuit is a little too weak. I think I would probably 3-bet or fold this hand. But it is good to play hands in position when you're deeper. I just think this is not the right hand to do so. I think 10-9 suited would work, but 10-9 offsuit I would fold or 3-bet. And that's a great flop. Opposite check behind. I think I would lean towards betting given how deep everybody is. I think this is the kind of board where people seem like they always call down with an ace. So I think you'll get 3 streets if you bet like 2K, 5K, 13K. You'll end up getting 20K worth of value. Whereas if you check, you limit the value you can get. And I guess if somebody bets, you can raise the turn and they'll like call down. Maybe if a spade comes or something. I don't know. I think you should just bet the flop and try to get multiple streets of value. Anyway, Otter makes another smallish bets. Seems like he likes to bet really small after the flop. And we just get a fold. I guess you were just getting a fold on the flop anyway. So he probably won 1,300 extra chips. But I think betting all 3 streets gives you a chance to get 3 streets of value. And I feel better about that line than checking back this flop and raising the turn, which basically reps. It's one of those lines that it doesn't rep anything, so you are basically showing that you have the hand because you're not repping anything, if that makes sense. Whereas if you just bet 3 streets, you could have your entire calling range pre-flop. Queen 8 suited, this is a pretty good spot for 3-bet. 45 big blinds deep. You make it 3,000, it puts him in an awkward spot. He doesn't really want to play it out of position. And you're only committed to call somebody really short, which isn't a big deal. King 9 suited. If Uppsala had, 25,000, this would be a good 3-bet spot, but he's too short. You have to fold. 6 offsuit is a fold. And that's definitely a shove, and that's definitely a call. That's fine. 9-5 offsuit is a fold. It's a wide shove by Uppsala with King 6 for about 15, 16 big blinds. But as long as he thinks that Josito could be raising wide, he can shove whatever he wants here if he thinks he's getting enough folds. And just to illustrate it, step back, run the numbers. The effective stack is 13, 315. Estimated equity is, I'll give him 30%. The pot size is 35.20. And he's facing a bet of 1,200. He needs a fold 57% of the time. And if we think that Josito is calling with maybe, he called with Ace-5 suited, so he's probably calling with like 15% of hands, which means he needs to be opening about 35% of hands in this spot, which could be possible, but it is pretty wide when you start getting over 35%. So I think I would avoid shoving here. Maybe if you have a read that he's going to shove, he's going to raise like 80% of hands in this spot, you can shove, but I think against most people I would reserve better hands for shoving. Jack 9 offsuit, fold. Small 3-bet to 4x, I'm going to call. Usually people make it like 4.5, 4.7x. 4x is a little bit smaller. Half pot c-bet, shove, which usually indicates a draw. So I would assume he had something like 4-5, random hearts. That's about it. Maybe ace highs. I decided to flat, like ace-10 of clubs or something. That didn't want to 4-bet, but I assume he would 4-bet most of his pairs if he was going to play them. And the topper had, whatever,